right. Over here at the right side of the map, we have MVP's DongRaeGu. And on the left side of the map, dual sight. Here in the sunny, verdant green part of the map is IM's LosirA. I know saying IMs sounds like I'm making a grammatical error, but IM is a proper noun in this case, the name of the team, Incredible Miracle, that LosirA is a part of. Remember, LosirA, even though DongRaeGu, has a much better record in ZVZ, LosirA, he's on Nesty's team. He has lost to Nesty, that's why he's in this tournament. But he has won versus a lot of other very solid Zerg players. And he's got players like Nesty to practice against. So he really has a possibility of being super strong here if he's learned any tricks from Nesty. Though I don't think DongRaeGu and Nesty have actually fought in a ZVZ. I'm going to have to double check that now, but I don't believe they have. That would be really interesting to see that happen, actually, since DongRaeGu has such a good record versus Zerg. Of course, Nesty has a supremely good record. It's less percentage-wise, but when you think about the fact that DongRaeGu's only played a handful of games compared to Nesty's, Nesty is definitely much more dominant in that sense. Anyway, double checking. Nope. DongRaeGu and Nesty have not played against each other before, unless they did in an MLG that I don't remember, but I don't think they did in MLG. Anyway, so we have pretty much the same sort of thing going on here from DongRaeGu, but this time LosirA is also going for the early gas pool. So, not early actually, but sort of normal. Instead of going for hatch first, which is what LosirA has done every single game. He's gone for hatch first, and it didn't pan out for him very well last game. So, well, in the end, I guess it panned out well for him at first, but DongRaeGu won the late game. So anyway, LosirA mixing things up a little bit. Maybe, I suspect that he might have done that because he's gone for hatch first every game. So it might be like a meta decision where he might expect DongRaeGu to just 9-pool him or 6-pool him because it's a 2-player map and he knows exactly where he is. And if he went hatch first, then he would just die. So he might have been like, all right, well, this time he might rush me to try and take advantage of the fact I've hatched first every time. So I'm going to go ahead and change things up and go for a pool first. And he's going for a Baneling Nest as well. DongRaeGu, in this case, went for the same build, but he is expanding off of it instead of getting the Baneling Nest. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to see some aggression out of LosirA this time. Going to try to basically break things down earlier. He sees the expansion has gone up for DongRaeGu. He knows that the hatchery is there, and he knows he might be able to pull something off here. Single Zergling running up the ramp to try and scout what's going on there, see how many Zerglings LosirA has. He's actually going to bring his second queen over here to be a bit of a blockade. And because those queens, they can stand on the ramp and just take lots of hits from Zerglings, and they have the surface. They have a good surface, I guess you could say, that makes it so that not as many Zerglings can attack them. They can't get surrounded at all on that ramp. They stand next to each other. Oh, Zergling trying to run in to scout. Nope, denied. Doesn't see that there is a spine crawler there at the top of the ramp for DongRaeGu. Very smart decision, since he doesn't know what's going on at all, and that would make it so that he can hold that ramp if need be, and have the spine crawler fire over the shoulder of the queens. Oh, that Baneling is so important right now. So important, he needs to know. Oh, whoa! Well, that didn't quite do as much as it needed to, but it did enough to wait for that second Baneling to come out, and that is all that he needed to do to stop him from forcing a cancel on his hatchery. Oh, the Zergling goes after the Baneling and then actually jukes in and scouts the base. Doesn't really get a good scout in, though. Didn't check the back of the base, although there was nothing to see there, so... But he doesn't know that. Single Zergling is running around. I'm not sure where it was going, but he's going to try and scout DongRaeGu's base now, scout what he's going on. Oh, Baneling goes off, not doing too much damage, and now it's just Zerglings on Zerglings. That Baneling, whoa, that was a close one. That Baneling almost morphed in time to take that out, but instead, LosirA is in a world of trouble here right now, having forced to fight with drones. He should probably just run his drones until he can get another Baneling out. because he is not going to be able to fight those Zerglings off with just drones. He's doing some pretty good micro here, actually. More Zerglings coming out, but they're rallied to the front, and finally he's able to get enough Zerglings to push back DongRaeGu's Zerglings. Not a ton of damage dealt, but a lot of mining time lost, as almost all of his drones were not mining for most of that encounter. DongRaeGu again getting some spine crawlers going, trying to get things going, some defenses so that he can defend any counterattacks that LosirA might build. I mean, you just saw LosirA building a lot of Zerglings, and sometimes you overmake Zerglings if you think they're going to attack you with a whole bunch. You're just like, oh crap, oh crap, 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 and you make tons and tons of units, and oh, these Zerglings are going to get in the main base. They are going to get in the main base. Are they going to scout anything important? No, they are not. Actually, where is the Roach Warren? I thought I saw... Yeah, okay, the Roach Warren, never mind, is in the back of the base. So, oh, is he going to get off? And nope, those Banelings do almost no damage. So nicely played by DongRaeGu, and that's one of the reasons why you have those spine crawlers there, to make sure that the single Banelings can't just run by and kill all your drones. Well, a single Baneling couldn't kill all the drones, but you get the idea. Anyway, drone count is about even for both these players right now. So we're pretty much gotten on even footing again. Again, things have kind of equalized. Anyway, point being, sometimes when you're in a panic, you just make a bunch of Zerglings, and then, well, if the enemy Zerglings don't arrive as reinforcements, you've got a bunch of Zerglings you need to attack. So, not surprising to see DongRaeGu defending that possibility. Oh, nice. Forces a cancel on that spine crawler. Sending in some Zerglings here. Where's the Banelings, LosirA? You need at least a Baneling over here to take care of this. He needs to be morphing some Banes. He's not. He's actually just making Zerglings. Very important to have defensive Banelings around. He does have enough Zerglings to hold this off, though. Just barely. Oops. DongRaeGu's Overlord flies in a little bit too close. Must have been rallied there from the previous attack. And he didn't realize it was going all the way. And DongRaeGu is going for the Spire again. And that Overlord dies. Splorch. Bits of Overlord fall all over the ground. Just blood splatter right there. But it's okay. It's all fertilizer. That area of the map is nice and green, and I'm sure there's a lot of nutrients and Overlord guts. There's the two Banelings that he needed to be defensive against any kind of massling attack from DongRaeGu. But now DongRaeGu's adding in roaches. Just a couple, though. This is kind of almost like a fake out here. He's just got a couple roaches. He's going to use those to try and pick off the Banelings. Oh, beautiful. That is actually a beautiful play. Just two roaches to pick off Banes. Wow. Genius move by DongRaeGu. He actually had... Oh! Didn't lose all of his Zerglings, but lost several to that Baneling. But that was really, really cool idea. Bringing just those two roaches, and he actually just target fired down the Banelings. LosirA actually cleverly threw the Baneling back so that the roach would die on the spine crawler, but still... brilliant move by DongRaeGu, killing those Banelings off so his Zerglings could actually do more damage, but he didn't invest too heavily in the roaches. He just made a couple for that purpose. So very, very smart play by DongRaeGu. Very, very cool maneuver there. Still both players making lots of Zerglings here. +1 attack is about to finish for LosirA for his ranged units. He hasn't really had the chance to make any ranged units. Oh, he loses that Queen. He's got way too many Zerglings, so he's going to be able to kill off these invading Zerglings of DongRaeGu. But he hasn't had the chance to make some roaches. Probably going to see some roaches coming out for him pretty soon. No, well, never mind. There's a Carapace level 1 and pathogen glands coming out for LosirA. And again, we have the same situation as last game, where we've got the Mutalisks out and no real tech just out yet for LosirA. He's going to be able to get that hatchery. He's targeting down the hatchery without regard for his Zerglings. The hatchery dies, but in the meantime, DongRaeGu counterattacking with his Mutalisk here. He's got so many Mutas, he could just target down the Spore and probably the Queen as well without doing taking too much damage. He is just going to target down these Spores here, and there are 7 Infestors on the way, but they're going to be out possibly too late here. The Queen's trying to battle, and now they're forced to run. One dies on the run. This is looking horrible for LosirA. We might see DongRaeGu go up 3-1 right now. Look at that, even targets down the Banelings so that the Zerglings can stream into the main base. DongRaeGu is rampaging, using the Mutalisk to block Banelings from saving his main. Zerglings in the main, LosirA with nothing to do about it. GG's, and we have almost exactly the same scenario as we had in the previous game, where DongRaeGu just comes in with Mutalisks at the exact right moment, and LosirA was so distracted with the ground battle that he didn't have the tech in time, and the Infestors were just too late to be out in time for Mutalisks. That time he didn't go for Hydras, he tried to get out the Infestors in time, but DongRaeGu again with a beautiful timing attack with the Mutas succeeds and goes to a 3-1 lead here at the King of Kong's Tournament Arena of Legends Finals. DongRaeGu is one game away from winning the series. We're going to find out here in just a moment. In game number 5, what's going to happen.